Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript interview series. So I got a new challenge for you guys. So the challenge goes like this. We have an array with some random strings, but if you observe, these are anagrams. For example, if you see the string NAT and TAN, these are anagrams. Okay, because both are having same number of items, like n is one time, a is one time, and t is one time. The only thing is they have been rearranged to form another word. So the strings nat and tan are anagrams as they can be rearranged to form each other. Okay, and similarly the strings ate, eat, and tea are anagrams as they can be rearranged to form each other. So for BAT there is no other anagram in this. Okay, so the expected output is something like this. We just need to group BAT as a single anagram. There is no other anagram matching this. NAT and TAN are two anagrams. Okay, AT, EAT and TA, these are the anagrams. So I hope you got the picture. As I said, I give you some time. Take the opportunity to do it yourself. Write a function which will return the output something like this. Okay, um, you see my solution after some time. Okay, so let's get started. So I have created a folder called anagrams. In that, here is a challenge which states the problem statement. Let's take the string and store it in a const. So we have the string, we just need to group the anagrams. So let's write a function. This function takes strs, the input, as a array. Now what we can do, since this is an array, we can loop through this array, right? Okay, for let item of strs. So for each item, let's say so these two are anagrams, EAT and TEA. The only thing is they have been rearranged in some form. So if we sort the things, if we sort this string and this string, they will be equal. So that's how the solution will be get. So we just need to sort the things. That is one clue. So when we sort, we can find similar things in this array. So let's see how to sort an string. So we can say const sorted item is equals to EAT dot sorry, we have item dot split dot join. So this will give us the split form of this and the reverse form of this. Sorted from a split dot sort, we need to sort the items. We have splitted. Split will gives the array, and then we sort it and then we join it. So there is a simple form for this also, but let's see what the output is. Sorted item. So let's call this function dop here and say strs. Now let's run this. Node anagrams, you see. So we get EAT. So what is the sorted form of EAT? So A comes first, E comes next, and T comes last. So it has sorted things in an alphabetical way. So you see these two are equal, and so these two, again this is equal, and these two are equal, and this is equal. So that's how we need to do. So you got the idea, right? Now how? So let's say we can push similar items to an array, but the optimal way of doing this would be to go with the hash map. So let's say we want to create a map which is of type new map. Now why map? Because I want unique items. Okay, I don't want any duplication to happen, so we'll go with map. Now what is a map? So just to give you a brief introduction to what a map is, let's say execute some codes related to map. So I create a map here. It's a new map. Sorry, yeah. So this is a map. So if I say map dot set function, it expects two values. One is key, let's say foo, and value as bar. See, now it stores the key values as a set. So key will be foo here, and value is bar. Now I can get the value, map dot get. Now it expects me to provide the key for which I want to get the value. That's how we get the value. Now we can store anything. The keys can be numbers, strings, anything, and the value also can be anything. For example, map dot set items. So items, okay, this is the key, and I want to store some items, a list of items in this array. So list again is an array, so I want to have a list of items in this key. So now you see a map has two keys. One is foo, which gives value as string, and one is items, which stores values as a list. Now we can say map dot get. Now I say items. You see we get empty array because we stored empty array for this key. Now what I do, I get that key, and at the same time I can push something to this, like product 1. Okay, so 1 means successful execution. Now I say map dot get items. Now I want the list of items. You see I got product. So again I can say map dot get items dot push product 2. I can do this as many times. See, now you have two products. So this is the idea how to deal with maps. Now if you try to set what is this, like if I would try to set another key like foo with another value, let's say jar, what will happen? It just replaces the key. Okay, just replaces the key's value. It will not create another key here. It just replaces the key with new value. Before it was bar, now we have a value called jar. But the thing we need to note here is it doesn't create duplicate keys. That's the main idea why we are using map. So coming to our example challenge, so I created a map. So when I loop through these items, I get a sorted item. Okay, and I'll see I want to create an entry for this item in the map, and next time when we loop through these items, if we get the same item, okay, so what we can do, we'll have a key with the same item, right? We have a key with the same item in the map, so it will not create the key. it will try to assign the value to that key. And as I said, if you assign a value, it will replace the value. So instead we need an list where we can push similar items, right? So that's where we have to use maps list thing. Okay, so now let me take like this. So instead of doing all this stuff, there is simple way of doing this. So we go with the simply refactoring approach later, but let's see how to figure out the solution. So I say if now I can name it as, instead of sorted key, I can name it as key, because we are going to store it in a map. So map has key and values, right? For naming conventions, I name it as key. Now I can say map dot set this key. Okay, for what is the value that I want to store on this key. So I'll say I want to store a value as an empty array. Okay, for now. Later if some similar items come in, I will just try to push. Okay, but at the same time I want to push the initial item also. So what we can do, we can check if map dot has will check if a particular key already exists or not. Has key. So instead of has key, I can say if the map does not has this key, we can set it with an empty array, and later we can map dot get the key, because if we have the key, if we don't have the key, this block will execute. But if we have the key, we can get the key, and we have we are storing the value as an array for this key, right? So we can do the push operation here. So what it will do, we can push the item here. So because we are looping through items, this is a sorted version. With sorted version, we check if we have a key in the map or not. If we don't have the key, we just create a empty list, and then from next time onwards we keep pushing the items to that empty list. So once we have all that in place, now what we can do, we can return what do you want to return. Instead of returning the map, let's see what actually consoles log the so log what map has. So if I clear it, node anagrams, okay, I need to dot, we are in node terminal, so quit quit or exit, I believe. Yeah, so exit. Now I need to say node anagrams and say challenge, or not challenge, group anagrams. So it says new map is not defined because there should be a space. Cancel. Now if you see, we have this map where we have these things. Okay, now if you see the solution in challenge.txt, the same thing what they expect. So we have bat, we have tan and nat, eat, tea and ate. So we got the solution. But a better way to represent this to the end user is not in the map form. It's better to show it in an array form. So what we can do, so while returning this, or just say array dot from, this will convert the array into a map into array. Okay, dot values. So it will take all the values and convert them into array. Now let's see what happens. Here it is. So we have an array with 3 items, each grouped to specific anagrams. These are this is one set of anagrams, this is another set of anagrams, and this is the another set of anagrams. So this is how you can make use of map for this solution. You can go with for loops, nested for loops, or you can go with single for loop with recursion functions. But the general way or the optimal way of doing this kind of solutions where we want to group things based on unique key, then you should go with map operations. That's what the approach should be. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll come up with another challenge, so stay tuned. Thank you.